Just one. Keep watching. Hi guys, this is Heidi and you're watching HeidiKMakeup. I wanted to do the just one tag. I saw someone do it recently, and if I can find their channel, I will link it down below. But I think it's such a cool tag, especially as I'm starting to try and minimize my makeup collection and make it a little bit more user-friendly and make everything in it stuff that I absolutely love. I think that this tag fits that idea perfectly. And the whole concept is, if you could only have one item in each of these categories, what would you pick? So I narrowed it down, and actually quite a bit of this is drugstore. And of course, is cruelty-free to the best of my knowledge at the time of filming. The first category is lipstick. And if I could only have one lipstick for the rest of my life, I don't think anyone's gonna be surprised to hear that it is Flowers Ginger Lily. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. It's not a traditional lipstick color. It's kind of almost Marsala. It's just very flattering with my red hair. And while it's not something that is like a nude that would go with like smoky eyes necessarily, or like a red, it's also kind of subtle enough that I feel like I could wear it with whatever look, especially considering the eyeshadows that I am choosing. If I could only have one lip gloss, this one was kind of tricky for me because I actually am not that into lip gloss. I wear it, but I'd be okay if I didn't have any. So I went again with Flower, and it is Pretty in Petunia, which is a pretty peach lip gloss. I think it looks really pretty on its own. I think it looks really pretty over Ginger Lily. I really like it. And it has a little bit of color to it, but it's still got some sheen. It's not too sticky. It's just really nice. If I could only have one blush, I was going through my blush collection, and I was like, really, what would be the only one that you want? And I kind of surprised myself, but I'm gonna go with Physicians Formula. And this is a relatively new purchase for me. This is in the shade Brunettes. And what I like about it is it's got all kinds of different colors, so you can kind of like put your brush in one particular area to get a different look, or what I tend to do and what I think most people tend to do is just kind of sheer it all over. But it's that perfect glowing from within, slightly warm, more neutral, just lovely. Lovely. For eyeshadow single, I actually really don't like eyeshadow singles. I don't have very many. I tend to prefer palettes. So I went with a cream shadow for this, which I would consider kind of a single. And the one that I picked is by Flower again. I didn't do this on purpose. I just really like Flower. And it is Good as Marigold. And it is a moussey texture, and it's this really cool, not cool, but it's this really like light gold shimmery shade, which is really nice when I want just a very subtle look, and I think it looks really good under anything as like an eyeshadow base, but I do wear it on its own sometimes as well. So that is the one that I would pick. I was between this one and Wild Geranium. I went with this one. If I could only have one palette, the palette that I would pick is the one I'm wearing today, and it's the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. I was going back and forth between this one and maybe the Cat Eyes palette. And there are other ones that I would pick, but they're limited editions, so I didn't want to talk about them. And the reason why I was considering the Cat Eyes palette is because it has color in it, so I could kind of go back and forth between neutral and color. But I think overall this is just such a useful everyday palette, and I love it. I love it. I'm wearing it today. I love it. For mascara, the mascara that I would pick, I was going back and forth between the Essence I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara, the one in the pink tube, which is what I'm wearing today, and Too Faced Better Than Sex. Ultimately, I think I'm going to go with the Essence one, even though I like the Too Faced one better, because it is less expensive, and if I could only buy one mascara for the rest of my life, I wouldn't want to have to spend $23 every time I needed a new mascara. But the Too Faced one is also incredible. They're both very, very good. For foundation, I was kind of going back and forth, but ultimately I went with my Sonia Kashuk Perfecting Luminous foundation. And again, because this is more affordable, I have very, very dry skin, and I really like the way this looks. The only thing is it's not incredibly full coverage, so that's why I was trying to think, well, maybe I would want something that's a little more full coverage that I could use on fancier days. But honestly, as I've gotten older, I've gotten more okay with lighter coverage. So I think this is what I would decide on. For facial cleanser, this is the only cleanser I really have, is the Yes to Grapefruit Correct and Repair Daily Facial Scrub. I've talked about this before. I love it. For bronzer, I only have it in this container, but you can get it right now. It is the Too Faced, oh man, I just dipped my finger in eyeshadow. Don't do that. Too Faced Sun Bunny, which is a lovely shimmer bronzer. And it's got 2 sections, so you could even kind of use this top section as a highlight, but it doesn't show up really shimmery on the face. But I'm not a crazy bronzer person either, so I'd be okay with not having bronzer if I had to pick. And then lastly, nail polish. My favorite nail polishes of all time are the Wet n Wild Mega Last polishes, and this shade, Wet Cement, I love so much. I've bought it for my mom. It's so good. It's the perfect taupe neutral shade. I think you can wear it all year long and it just looks perfect. So those are all the products that I would pick if I could only buy one in each category for the rest of my life. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you do videos, film this and let me know and I'll watch it. And if you don't do videos, just tell us your answers in the comments. Like, even if it's just one, just tell us what your favorite eyeshadow palette would be. And if this is your first time here, you can hit the subscribe button so the next time I do a video, you'll know about it. You can also check out my daily channel, which is Sudden Kimpact. That will be linked down below. And if you're a parent and you're into parenting things, I have a parenting channel as well, which is HeidiKMTV. That will be linked down below as well. Thanks for watching. Bye. I wanted to bring you part 2 of my eyeshadow series, Makeup Purge. In this one, we're going to go through my singles, and I don't have very many. I much prefer eyeshadow palettes, so we're going to go through, look at what I have, get rid of some, keep some. So here you go.